Welcome back to the social class, dear students. This is your third video of lesson number 4, Geography, Migration and Urbanization. So last class we just concluded up to this do you know, right? Yes, we just saw all the types, right? Types of migration, isn't it? Types of migration we saw based on movement associated with administrative limits. We saw internal migration and its types, and next international migration we saw. Okay, here is international migration, and here based on willingness of the migrants for migration we saw, and the last one based on the duration of stay of migrants in the place of destination we saw. And today we are going to start consequences of migration. We'll see what are the consequences of migration. So consequences in Tamil we say விளைவுகள், right? If we migrate from one place to another place, what kind of consequences we'll face, that is what we are going to see. Migration affects both the areas of origin of migration and the areas of destination. The following are the major consequences of migration. So what does migration affects? It affects both the area of migration where we are going to, both area of origin of migration and the area where we are going to destination of migration. Okay, we'll see the consequences, major consequences now. The first one is demographic consequences. First one is demographic consequences. It changes age and sex composition of population. Migration of females after their marriage leads to decline in sex ratio in the source regions and increase the sex ratio in the regions of destination. The migration of male workers in search of jobs decrease the dependent population of the source regions, which increases the dependency ratio. Okay, when a male is in search of a better job and he wants to go out of the particular place, okay, so many men will be following the same in order to earn more money. So here what happens, sex composition, that is male and female gender, right? That is what we say sex, right? Sex composition, okay, the gender, the male is getting migrated from one place to another place, whereas when coming to female, okay, here the female will be getting married and going to some other place. So the male, when male is migrating, many males are getting migrating from one place to another place, the male ratio will be decreased in particular place, and in some other particular place the male ratio will be increased. So this is what demographic consequences. Okay, second one is social consequences. What is social consequences? The migration of people from different regions towards an urban area leads to the formation of plural society. So social consequences, so migration of people from different regions, many regions, okay, towards the urban area, that leads to what? Formation of plural society, that is many kind of varieties of people will be there, plural society. For example, if a big city is there, right, a big city, different kinds of different language peoples will be present because they would have come there for better job. So Keralites will be there, Kannadigas will be there, Tamilians will be there, okay, and Punjabis will be there, Rajasthanis will be there. So many kinds of plural societies will be present in particular area because of migration. Got it? So for example, we can say if you go to Bangalore, okay, or Chennai, it's a very popular city, right? Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai. So if you go there, because many varieties of people, they go and migrate there because of a better opportunity of job, okay, and they tend to settle there itself. So there occurs what? There happens what? Plural society, okay, Tamilians, North Indians, Keralites, Kannadigas, Punjabis, Rajasthanis, okay. So many kinds of varieties of peoples will be present there. And next one is, okay, it helps the people to come out of narrow mindedness and people become generous. So such kind of people will be becoming more generous, and they won't be having narrow mindedness. Okay, they'll become broad mindedness. Okay, and next, third one is economic consequences. The migration of more people from overpopulated to underpopulated regions results the imbalance of this resource population ratio. So migration of more people from overpopulated to underpopulated region, what does it results? It results the imbalance of the resource population ratio. In some cases, the regions of over and underpopulation may become the regions of optimum population. Migration may influence the occupational structure of the population of an area. Through this, it will certainly affect the economy of the regions also. Okay, brain drain is a consequence of migration. So what is brain drain? It's a different term they have given here, right? So brain drain is nothing but it's a movement of highly skilled person or educated people, okay, to a country where they can work in better condition or in earn more money. That is called as what? Brain drain. People, skilled, highly skilled people or skilled person, educated person, okay, in a particular country where they can work in a better condition in order to earn more money. It is called as what? Brain drain. Okay, brain drain is the consequences of migration, right? Brain drain refers to a migration in which skilled people from economically backward countries move to developed countries in search of their better opportunities. Okay, there will be more skilled peoples where they live in a economically backward place. For example, we can take a very brilliant students will be present in very backward villages, okay, where they could not able to find better opportunity. Okay, these kind of peoples will be moving on to a better country in order to find a good job, in order to earn a very good income. Got it? Right. Eventually, this leads to backwardness in source regions. This is called as backwash effect. Okay. Next one is environmental consequences. Large scale movement of people from rural to urban areas causes overcrowding in cities and puts heavy pressure on resources. So environmental consequences. What are the environmental consequences? When large people move to a particular place, that is from rural area to urban area or from village to city or town, there becomes overcrowdedness in the city. Okay, and that puts to the heavy pressure of the resources, maybe food, maybe water resources, okay, and the air pollution will be happening, water will be polluted, okay, all the resources will be polluted, all the resources will be becoming inadequate for the people over there. Okay, it leads to rapid growth of cities. The overpopulation in urban areas leads to the pollution of air, water and soil. This is what I told you earlier, right? So when overcrowded people live in a particular place, in that region, air will be polluted, water will be polluted, as well as soils will be polluted, right? Scarcity of drinking water, lack of space for housing, traffic congestions and poor drainage or the common environmental problems prevail in urban areas. So there will be more traffics, there will be more houses constructed, more traffic congestions will be there, poor drainage system will be there. Okay, so lack of space of houses will be there. Okay, the people will be struggling to live there, but they will live because of better income and opportunity in that place. Okay, the lack of space for house and the rising of land costs lead to the formation of slums. So because of lack of houses over there and rising of land's cost will lead to the formation of what? Slum areas. Okay, next coming to urbanization. So far we have completed seeing migration and now we are going to see urbanization. So urbanization, what is urbanization? Yes, urbanization refers to the process in which there is an increase in the proportion of population living in towns and cities. Very simple, right? There will be increase in the population, okay, or in the proportion of population living in cities and towns. Many people, they wanted to migrate from villages and they wanted to go and stay in urban areas, right? Cities. Okay, so in cities there will be increase in the proportion of population Okay, that is called as what? Urbanization. You could see a picture of urbanization here. Okay, page number 116. Yes. Next, coming to causes of urbanization. What are the causes of urbanization? Urbanization is driven by three factors. How many factors? Three factors. First one is natural population growth. First one is what? Natural population growth. Yes. Second one, rural to urban migration and reclassification of rural areas into urban areas. So these are the three factors driven by what? Urbanization. First one is natural population growth. Second one is rural to urban migration. Third one is reclassification of rural areas into urban areas. Present day urbanization includes changes in demographics, land covers, economic processes and characteristics of geographic area. Okay, coming to do you know, in 2007, for the first time in history, the global urban population exceeded the global rural population and the world population has remained predominantly urban. Therefore, World Urbanization Prospects 2014 revision highlights. Okay, next coming to origin and growth of world urbanization. How does world urbanization originated and how did it got growth? Okay, the process of urbanization in the world has a long history. First one, ancient period. The urban centers started developing during the prehistoric period before 10,000 years. During this period, primitive man started domestication of plants and animals. So this urbanization, it started developing during which period? Prehistoric period. Okay, that is approximately they say before 10,000 years. Okay, during this period what happened? Primitive man, that is ancient man, he started domesticating plants and animals. He started growing plants in his home and domesticating animals in his home. Okay, it was the period of development of permanent settlements. The river valley regions of the Egypt, Greece and India gave rise to agrarian communities which eventually formed the urban communities and urban centers. So the river valley of the river valley regions of Egypt, Greece and India, it gave rise for the agrarian communities. What is agrarian communities? It's nothing but the people who do agriculture. Okay, agricultural community. Okay, it gave rise to the people of agricultural community to eventually form the urban communities and urban centers. Okay, the excess production of food grains was the major reason for urbanization. The excess production of food grains, because many people will be present there. So, the food grains will be produce excess. So, that is a major reason for what? Urbanization. Okay. Ur and Babylon in Mesopotamia, Thebes and Alexandria in Egypt, Athens in Greece, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro in India were noted prehistoric cities of the world. So, these are the very noted prehistoric cities in the world. In ancient period, the increase in the number and size of urban centers occurred during the two great colonizing periods of the Greeks and Romans. During the beginning of the 7th century itself, many cities were found near the Aegean Sea. During the Greek colonizing period, the expansion of trade promoted the growth of towns and cities. Next, coming to do you know? India, China and Nigeria together are expected to account for 35% of the growth in the world's urban population between 2018 and 2050. 2050 we haven't seen yet, right? But what they are telling here, India, China and Nigeria all together are expected to account how many percentage? 35% of growth in the world urban population between 2018 to 2050. Okay, India is projected to add 416 million urban dwellers, China 255 million and Nigeria 189 million according to World Urbanization Prospects 2018 Key Facts. Next, coming to city of Harappa. This picture you would have seen in your 6th standard book. Okay, next, medieval period. It refers to the period after the 11th century. During this period, the European countries increased their overseas trade, which played an important role in the revival of European towns and cities after a period of low development. So it refers, what is medieval period refers? It refers to the period after the 11th century. Okay, during this period, during this medieval period, the European countries, they increased the overseas trade and they played an important role in the revival of European cities and towns after the period of very low development. Okay, at the end of the 13th century, Paris, London, Geneva, Milan and Venice were the important cities found in Europe. And this is a picture of medieval cities, view of Carcassonne, which is in France. Okay. Next, coming to modern period. This period starts from 17th century. So, coming to medieval period, it starts from after what? Which period? After 11th century here, and it's in a modern period. It starts from 17th century. It marks the third phase of development in urbanization. The Industrial Revolution in the 19th century accelerated the growth of towns and cities. The Europeans with urban civilization gave birth to the large number of new towns in North America and Soviet Union. The modern means of transport and communication, the development of new trade routes during 19th century had strengthened the trade centers and urban areas. The latest development in urbanization was noticed in the continent of Africa. Before 1930, Africa had town only on its coast, but now it has 50 towns with population exceeding 10 lakhs. Major cities in Africa are Cairo, Nairobi, Mombasa, Bulawayo, Douala, Abidjan, Lagos, Accra, Addis Ababa, Leopoldville, Luanda, Cape Town, Natal, Pretoria, etc. Thus, in modern age, the accelerating urbanization is resulting in the redistribution of population throughout the world. So, modern urbanization picture. Next, coming to do you know, in 1950, 30% of the world's population was urban, and by 2050, 68% of the world's population is projected to be urban. Okay, world urbanization. What is the name of the region they have given here? Okay, North America, Latin America and Caribbean, Europe, Oceania, Asia and Africa. So, these are the population, urban population percentages. Okay. Next, coming to world top 5 cities. You have this in short answer. So, what are the world top 5 cities here? Name of the cities. First one is Tokyo, which is in Japan. It is up to population in million, 37 million. Okay. Next one is Delhi, which is in India, 29 million population, right? These are the cities we are seeing, right? Shanghai, which is located in China, which has 26 population. Okay, 26 million population. And next, coming to fourth one, Mexico, which is in Mexico City, which is in Mexico, which has 22 million population. And last one is Sao Paulo, which is in Brazil, which has same 22 million population. Okay. Next, coming to consequences of urbanization. What are the consequences of urbanization? We are going to finish the lesson now. First one is housing in slums. So, urbanization ஆகிறதுக்கு ஆனால் என்னென்னலாம் விளைவுகள் வரும், ஓகேவா, என்னெல்லாம் ஃபேஸ் பண்ண வேண்டி வரும், அதான் consequences, right? First one is housing and slums. There is a lack of space for housing and a marked reduction in the quality of housing in the urban areas due to increase in population. So the lack of spaces in housing will be there. Okay, if you go to a very populated or popular city for job, there will be many houses. All the houses will not be spacious enough. Okay, many houses will be congested. You will be forced to stay there to earn more money, right? This problem may increase in the years to come. Rapid rate of urbanization results the development of slum. Because of this urbanization which is getting increased, slum areas are getting increased. Next one is overcrowding. Overcrowding leads to unhealthy environment in the urban areas. It also the cause of many diseases and riots. So because of overcrowding, what happens? It leads to what kind of environment? Unhealthy environment, okay, which is in urban areas. Okay, it also causes many disease and riots. Okay, riots means problems. Okay, third one, water supply, drainage and sanitation. No city has around the clock water supply in the world. None of the cities having good water supply. Okay, drainage situation is equally bad. The removal of garbage is the Himalayan task for the urban local bodies. Next, coming to transportation and traffic. Lack of planned and adequate arrangements for traffic and transport is another problem in urban cities, because of urbanization, what we are facing, we are facing what? Transportation and traffic, isn't it? When we get ready for work, when your parents are getting ready for work and rushing to the work, they face traffic jam at road because of heavy population, because of all this urbanization, heavy crowds, too much of overcrowding, isn't it? Yes, the increasing number of two-wheelers and cars make the traffic problem worse. Many are having two-wheelers. Nowadays, nobody are having cycle. Majorities are scooters and bikes, and many are tend to getting four-wheelers like cars, isn't it? They want to live luxurious life, and many two-wheelers and four-wheelers are getting increased, and that leads to what? Traffic problem. They cause air pollution as well, because of the smoke coming out from the two-wheeler and four-wheeler. It gives what? It causes what? Air pollution as well, isn't it? Okay, and the last one, pollution. Towns and cities are the major polluters of environment. Cities discharge their entire sewage and industrial influences untreated into the nearby rivers. Industries in and around the urban centers pollute the atmosphere with smoke and toxic gases. And last, the consequences is what? Pollution. Air is getting polluted, water is getting polluted, all the environment is getting polluted because of what? Urbanization. Okay, children, let's recap the lesson. Common pattern of migration is from rural to urban. Migration takes place due to natural, economic, socio-cultural, demographic and political causes. Urbanization is the result of rural to urban migration, natural growth of population and reclassification of rural areas into urban areas. Last one is, problems of urbanization are mainly owing to overpopulation, inadequate infrastructure, industrial development and increase in number of vehicles. Okay, children, we have completed this lesson. Go through the lesson and finish the task what I have given. Thank you and take care.